What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chris, man. We are here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is April 11th, 2022. Um, got a wonderful guest that's coming on with me today. She has Minnesota ties. She's been in radio, she's been in television, she's been live performing. She has a group called Starlette's Web that's going to be touring around the Minnesota area. Those of you that haven't watched this, my name is Chris Drummond, sports reporter of the Marshall Independent. Um, Also, she has done television, recently doing an HBO Max series, uh, My Mom, Your Dad. So she has done it all. She's done radio, like I said, television. She's done live performing, and she's also been in the business realm, being a business uh, doing business as well. So she has a plethora of skills. We want to talk to her about her why into media. We want to talk to her about her why um, of doing some of the things that she has done. We're gonna ask some favorite questions. We just gonna have a good time, man. This is one of the most recognizable people coming on right now. So without any further ado, I bring to you Miss Stephanie Varone.
Hi, how are
Hello, Stephanie.
you?
How we doing? How we doing tonight?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you. You look absolutely beautiful as always.
Oh, thank you.
You are very welcome. Very welcome. And trust me, you ain't got to put nothing under the table. That was just coming from me. I promise. I promise.
I'll take it under the table too, Chris. It's fine.
That's awesome. I want to say thank you for hopping on my podcast. Work hard, play harder. And
Yeah,
I also want to ask you before we get started, how are you and your family doing during these pandemic times?
doing awesome. We have little Scully here. He's my little boy. Oh, he's
Oh,
just here with me.
okay. I
Little
like that.
rescue.
I
He's the
like it.
best. Yeah,
That's
but they're
cute.
doing great though. Thanks for asking. How's yours?
Mine are doing good. We're all spread out. I'm here lonesome in Marshall, Minnesota here, but I have mom, uncle, aunt in Georgia. My dad's in upstate New York. So yeah, family all spread it out. But yeah, we're doing good. Thanks for asking. No
Right
doubt.
on. And you know what? You're a few hours away from Minneapolis, where I was living for 20 years.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I know exactly
absolutely.
where that is.
I recently had to go up there to cover state tournament
Yeah.
basketball game because, as you know, I'm a sports reporter out here in
Yeah.
Marshall. So yeah, absolutely. My first trip to the cities, and won't be my last. That's for sure. So yeah, absolutely. Um,
Okay. And I'm glad you're enjoying it. People are very nice there. So
Absolutely. Very friendly, very nice. I mean, I was born in the Midwest, so I was born in Chicago. So Midwest people are normally some of the nicest people in the world. But yeah, definitely here in
oh yeah.
Marshall, Minnesota, it's been great, no doubt. Um,
Fun.
right off the bat, I want to ask you some of your aspirations and inspirations that you might have had growing up, um, and what led you into a career of media.
Well, that's kind of a loaded question, but I would have to say my biggest um well, the aspirations, I've always known I wanted to be a professional singer since I've been born. Like since I can, my earliest memories, I think I was sent here to do music
Okay.
because I mean, I just wanted to get paid for singing. I mean, that was my goal and I achieved it starting at 16. But my dad was very musical, and my whole dad side of the family is very musically inclined, beautiful voices, and always
Yeah.
surrounded by music and musical family and a lot of wonderful singers. And my dad used to sing and play guitar with me, and I just grew up with that, and then just moved on to just continue singing in church. And that's pretty much my early stages of singing. Was pretty much, the church is a great way to start, honestly.
Absolutely. I know
You,
about that. I
yep.
definitely know about that. Mama had me in the church choir too. I did honor choir fifth grade and 12th grade back when I
There
was
you go.
growing up in San Diego. So, yep, absolutely know about
It's a
that.
great way to start and build a foundation. And also, being part of maybe some church musicals, or like like school. I remember doing in elementary school, doing, I was in little choir and singing ensembles and things like that. So, that's just kind of part of who I am. And I've never stopped. I'm here, 51 years later, still doing it and kicking strong, so, and it's just beginning. And then I have a whole nother phase just beginning. So it's really awesome to continue it. I'm not dead yet, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You might as well enjoy every minute that we have on this planet for sure. And I still can't believe when you say 51. I really can't. But that's amazing. It's amazing that you
Thank you
found that passion, and that you're doing what you're doing. Before I get into the next question, so I was doing a little research. Do you mind being called Steph or Stephanie? Which one?
I think that generally it's Stephanie, but you can call me Steph. We're friends now.
Okay, I like it. I like that. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, I was doing a little research as I normally do with everybody that I have on this platform, and I was reading, and I gotta first ask: is it Kansas City or is it Minnesota? Which one is it that you're a native of first?
I know. So I really am not. I would say more Minnesota and Kansas City. I was in Minnesota for 20 years. That's pretty much the longest I've ever lived anywhere.
Okay.
When I was in Minnesota, I just kind of kept the Kansas City thing because that's really where I kind of grew up from 12 years old on up.
Okay.
And my formidable years, honestly, were there. But and so I don't know. Now I need to say Minnesota, don't I?
Yeah, I would say that. I would say so.
Now Minnesota has been very kind to me. They've been very kind to me.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, I was reading that because you did a lot of national anthems that I heard, which was great. And then also saw that you did a couple of albums, or an EP and an album, I should say. Listen to a few songs of the album. Without Love was probably one of my favorite songs that you did. And I was kind of shaking my head, bopping my head to that song. So I liked it Without Love. I did. I like that a lot.
Oh, so, Without Love.
Without Love, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you want to know something about that song?
Talk to me.
I like it. It's very like kind of country. But Michael Bland, who used to be Prince's drummer, I was their first artist that Tommy Barbarella, who was Prince's keyboard player, and Michael ever produced. Right? I was like their inaugural artist that they wanted to try to produce and mix and play on and all that stuff. And this was like 20 years ago. So out of all the songs on that album, he said there's 3 of them that he felt was like, they were very strongly written and like everything was perfect. And Without Love was one of the ones that he selected. So it's funny. It's cool that you like that tune. That's cool. I love it.
Absolutely. It was definitely just, I was trying to listen to, all the other songs, but they kept going back, repeat to Without Love, because I really liked that song. That was pretty good.
Oh, nice. It's a good message too.
Absolutely. Now, I want to ask you some favorite things. So what I have here are some favorite questions, and you just give me the 411 and let me know what some of your favorite things are. Okay.
Maybe you got to dial the 911.
Oh, okay. I'm looking for some of these answers to be like that. Then, all right, here we go. Favorite music genre?
I would say blues rock.
Blues rock. Okay, so
the rock with some hints of like soul and blues. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So when you're driving down the streets in your car, and all of a sudden you see that song that comes on either the radio, Spotify, Pandora, what's the one song? And I know there's many, but what's that one song that you know all the words to that hits you just right?
All right now, baby, it's all right now, yeah. All right now, okay. Baby, it's all right now.
All right, Steph. Okay, all right, I like that. All right, okay. Well, listen, I feel like since you did that, I gotta ask you movie genre now. Favorite movie genre?
Okay, well, I have to say The Christmas Story is literally like, it reminds me of a family. The father is like my grandfather. He talks just like him. He looks just like him.
Yeah.
The kid reminds me of my dad at a young age. It's just, It's just awesome movie. It's
Okay.
just this movie, The Christmas Story.
I love Christmas movies. Obviously, Home Alone,
Yeah.
National Lampoon.
Oh, love
That
them.
that's a classic. Those are classics right there. Anything with
Chevy
Chevy.
Chase.
Yes.
Those are great. And they're all old school and they're the best. They don't make
Yes.
movies like that anymore.
No, they
Makes
don't.
me
They don't.
sad.
Not at all. That's a great answer. I love that stuff. Okay, favorite meal that you like to cook?
Well, now that I'm like intolerant of so many foods, unfortunately,
Mm.
I do mashed potato. Okay, this is what I do the best.
Talk to me.
Pumpkin pie made from scratch. From the pumpkin, carve out the pumpkin, boil the pumpkin, the whole thing. That is my dish right there. That pie, pumpkin pie.
Steph, you probably listen. I know that you in Jacksonville now, probably, because I know you moved to Florida as I was reading. But anytime you back in Minnesota and you want to make that up, I need you to hit me up because I'm with some pumpkin pie. I'm all about that. I'm all about the pumpkin pie. No doubt.
I'm happy. And then I also make the homemade whipped cream with the real heavy cream. And it's so literally amazing. It's so good. I'm very proud of that. So.
Well, listen, I'll be proud of it too if I can taste it. That's for sure. I'm just letting you know right now. That's great. That's awesome. I love that.
Well, okay. Cool. I will make sure I bring you one.
Please do.
If I'm ever there in October.
Please, please do. I really do. Two more favorites. Favorite place you ever traveled to?
Oh, God. So you mean in the United States? Or
no, it could be anywhere.
Well, I haven't really traveled abroad too much, but I'd say the best was when I lived in Japan with my grandmother in high school. That was so magical and so cool. I traveled to China and everything, and that was amazing. As an adult, I haven't really traveled, unfortunately, much out of the country, but I did go to Puerto Rico and Vieques Island and did like the bioluminescence bay.
Yeah.
I took my son there and it was like a live avatar. You could see the fish in the water and the light. It would be like light around them underneath the water.
Okay.
It was amazing. Most gorgeous, coolest experience.
That sounds like it. I've never been there.
So far.
but yeah, so far, because you got more to go. I've never been there, but that sounds pretty intriguing for me to get there. That's for sure.
Yeah, you have to take a ferry an hour and a half to get to the island.
Hour and a half ferry. Okay, that'd be worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. What was the inspiration? This next question that I have is, what was the inspiration in being on the HBO Max series, Your Mom, My Dad? How did they approach you about that? What was the inspiration of being on it?
So the inspiration, it was actually a referral. To tell you the truth. I didn't know anything about this show. And my girlfriend comes, she's awesome. Mm-hmm. She's a mother of 3 older sons in Minnesota. And she actually knew the casting agents or the mother of the casting agent that called her.
Right.
And so she called come and she's like, hey, would you like to be on this new show? It's like a pilot, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, hell no. She said, is there anybody else that you think? And she's like, oh yes, there's Stephanie.
Oh, there you go.
So I was free and I was open. And that was actually a couple of years before they actually, that was before COVID. And then they had to stop it and wait and put it on hold. And I had a couple of boyfriends in between and then a couple of COVID boyfriends. And then we broke up like a month before they called me back. There, are you single still? And I said, now I am. Let's go for it. And my oldest son was able to do that with me. So it was a really phenomenal experience. And it was with so many nice people. Everybody was so cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool. I mean, shout out to your homegirl that hooked you up and put you on that. For real.
Right?
I like that.
Missy, thanks, girl.
No doubt. I also read that you had your grandfather and I believe your son are veterans, or not veterans, but they're in the military.
Actually, I have 2 sons and a daughter.
Okay.
2 sons, and my the oldest and the youngest are sons, and they're both vets, Air Force veterans.
Mm-hmm.
The oldest is an Eagle Scout as well. That Brennan was on the show with me. He's an Eagle Scout, and he's also an Air Force veteran. Had a tour in he did one tour in Afghanistan, Kandahar.
Wow.
He's a load master. And then my youngest was at the Fairchild Air Force Base, working on the planes, the computers for the plane. So
Yeah.
he had kind of bad eyesight, so he couldn't go anywhere else, unfortunately. But he, helped our military, of course. And then I have a father who has passed, and he was a Bronze Star 2 Purple Heart Vietnam veteran who was a tunnel rat. So if you've ever seen the job that he did, he was smaller, and so he had to go down in the tunnels for a couple of months.
Right.
It was the worst job you could possibly have in the Army. And then I had a grandfather who fought in World War II.
That's the one I was reading.
My dad's side, yeah. So I have, and then the boys, my ex-husband's family are Air Force veterans, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pretty strong. We're very supportive of our military and the kids that go in that are so brave, that are fighting. I'm a very huge proponent of our military. 100%.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Listen, I appreciate your son, father, and grandfather for all enlisted. No question about that.
Yes.
Throw that out.
Yes.
I want to talk about mental health.
Thank you for mentioning that.
Oh, no question. No question. It needs to be mentioned. No question about that. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I want to talk about mental health and you being in the professional eye, right? And I also want to talk about work life and social life balance. Obviously, it's more prevalent in our society now that people are talking about mental health, as they should, yes. Right? Because, people are having mental breakdowns, physical breakdowns, burnout in a lot of industries, and just a lot of problems sometimes just due to poor mental health. And You've got a lot of things going on. You've done a lot of things. You've done radio, you've done television, live performances, family, like you said, multiple boys, and you've been married, and all this, that, and the third. But with that being said, a lot of things you've been through and things that's on your plate, how do you maintain good mental health, and also a work life and social life balance that's healthy?
This is a great subject to talk about because I'm a huge proponent also of having enough courage to say, you know what, I need some help. And having help is great. I mean, it improves it improves you in all sorts of different ways. And if you're courageous enough to say, you know what, I need a little bit of help here, and just maybe some direction or some medication. I mean, honestly, there's things that happen to your body when it's under a severe amount of stress that actually mess up your hormones naturally. Right. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you got to have a little bump of serotonin or whatever to kind of level that and bring that back up. Doesn't mean you have to be on it your whole life. It just means that you have it, you need it for whenever you think you're balanced.
Okay.
So for me, I'm extremely social. I mean, I wouldn't, I love entertaining for people. I love making people happy.
Right.
I say to them, the only reason I'm here is to do my job and making you happy and excited. And hopefully I can do that in the best way that you enjoy. And if you're not happy, I'm not happy. So let's go with the happiness. So I'm here to serve people through music, through my, example, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm older, but I still am a young spirit. So I enjoy it all. Like I enjoy experiences and everything. But a lot of people, they don't have the outlet that I've had to express that kind of stuff. And they get really depressed. And I mean, I've gone through some depression. It's not like it's a common thing. It's a common thing. I mean, situational depression is more my jam, but some people are literally like, they have that in their families. So,
right.
And that's part of, parts of my families are all clinically, they're clinically depressed. So they have to take medication, and that's fine. And they're happy people.
Right.
But yes, I've had some depression and temporary depression, I guess, with situational depression that is very difficult. and I don't like it. And it's hard to sometimes even get up or do anything. And it was more rampant last year for me. It was not the best year for me, and everything that could go wrong went wrong. It was really not good. But
Okay.
um, but having goals and achieving certain things in my life make me happy. That's what makes me happy. So I would suggest for people out there that if, just find something you have a passion for, find something that really brings you joy. It's best to reach outside of yourself and help others. If at the worst, if you don't know of a passion or you don't want to deal with it, the best thing you can do is go out and help other people. That helps so much. And so I help other people by bringing joy and music and having fun. But I also love helping people in general. Just, there's so many people that are suffering that, I can help out with and in my way, and find outlets or people or groups that you can go with and do that and have fun and be with the community. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I don't know. Does it?
No.
I'm not in here, but
No, Steph, you good. You good. Trust me.
Okay.
No. It's a question that's worth being asked, and that was a great answer. It was. It's always great to help others, because it does give you a sense of feeling good. You definitely want to have a strong foundation with family, friends, people to reach out to. Sometimes people don't feel like they can reach out to anybody and talk.
That's true.
I appreciate your openness, talking about how your family takes medication, because people do get depressed.
Some people in my family do take medication because it is what it is. I mean, I think most people take meds these days. I mean, whatever, for anxiety.
Right. Absolutely.
Also eat better. It's a lot of times it's the food that we eat that really messes up our systems. The more pure and whole foods you can eat, the better you'll feel, and drink a lot of water. Honestly, the health is declining as well in America. It's a really big passion of mine, as you can tell now, but it's a big problem we have in America, that people aren't eating good food. They're eating McDonald's and all this chemical made food. That's not even real food. So I don't know how your body can feel good if it's not even being fed what it needs to be fed.
Absolutely.
So people are like, you look so young. How do you do it? That's how I do it, people. I just do the basics. I drink water. I don't get a lot of sleep. I just don't. Everybody's laughing probably that know me, because I'm a night owl, and I don't get I just don't sleep.
Well,
I
you
get
and
up
me both. We both night owls, no doubt. I love to go out. I love to have a good time. Hence the podcast name of Work Hard, Play Harder. That's what I like to do. But you're right. And whatever you're doing, please keep doing. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. That's what I say. And do it with a smile.
Well, I exercise a few times a week. I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of wine. I don't drink a lot of wine, but I love wine and tequila. And I love to engage with people, and, just a balanced life is a good life.
Absolutely. What's your favorite alcoholic drink?
I like tequila.
Okay, so we like Hornitos. We talking that?
I like margaritas, but I don't like all that sugar in it. So I try to do the skinny margaritas. It's my favorite drink.
Yeah.
But the tequila, I've learned some things about tequila that is really actually like the top shelf things that you would think at 1800s top shelf. It's not it at all. It's not top shelf at all.
No, I wouldn't think.
Lager is okay.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Last year I went to a tequila festival and tried different tequilas. Yeah, they had it out, because last year I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I moved up here in January for the job now. But I was in Atlanta, Georgia.
You're not going to find any tequila festivals in Marshall, Minnesota. You'll find cheese festivals. I sang at a cheese festival.
Did you? Wow, cheese. Okay, cheese festival. Well,
cheese curd. No, it's a cheese curd festival. Cheese curd capital of the world.
You know what? Funny that you said that. The first time I've ever had cheese curds was at a Dairy Queen up here. There was a Dairy Queen that was serving cheese curds, and I tried it for the first time ever in my life.
What did you think?
I was like, they was all right. It was okay. They're not terrible.
It tastes like styrofoam. I was like,
right. Right.
It just like it's a squeaky. I don't like it.
They was okay. They didn't really rock my socks, but I normally go to Dairy Queen for Blizzard. So if they ain't a Blizzard, I ain't trying to hear. I
Hey,
ain't
if I
trying to
have
buy.
a junk food, it's going to be the Blizzards from Dairy Queen, 100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel it. I feel it. That's what's up. So I want to ask you, because I'm sure people do come up to you and ask you about getting the start or getting their foot in the door when it comes to music. Now,
Yep.
listen, you performed at the Grand Ole Opry. And for those, whenever it does get posted, the Grand Ole Opry is in Nashville, Tennessee. I've taken a tour of it. It's a beautiful place. There's no question about it. But in Nashville, people walk around there like they're musicians and they don't get bothered. I mean, Fifth and Broadway is where it's at. I mean,
I just came from there 2 weeks ago. I was there for a week.
Oh wow! So you already know. My favorite bar there is Tootsie, by the way. I like. Oh, okay.
Mine's right next door.
Oh, it is. Is the Kid Rock the Kid Rock one?
Nah, it's right next to Tootsie's.
Oh, that
Robert's Western World is my favorite.
Western World, yeah. I knew exactly what you.
Tootsie's is great too.
I love me some Tootsies, no doubt. But do people ever come up to you and say, "How do I get my foot in the door as a singer, or as a musician, a songwriter?" What kind of advice do you give to those people that's trying to get their feet wet?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't get a lot of people ask me that question, which is really strange. I think because a lot of them are younger and I'm older, and they probably don't know about me. What I do get is a lot of like, oh, can you help me with this? Can you help me connect me with this? Okay. Can you? And I'm just like, well, it's taken me 30 years to build my network. And unless I know really truly who you are, and I need to know what your music is and all this stuff, I'm not going to connect you to my people because you haven't done anything. I mean, you're just like, oh, I'm here. I'm that good. I need to be connected. So first things first, you're not going to get a network at doing that, trying to jump hoops in order to get somewhere quicker. So the network, it's about building relationships and also bringing the goods and being serious enough about it where other people will take you seriously. I never stopped. If somebody would be like, I just keep going and keep building my network, go out to the, places that people play music, meet people, go there every week, be consistent, and you'll start building a network and close friends who trust you. And that's how I got to know the Prince regime is doing just that. I was a mother. I was a married woman, and I would still go out late night downtown to Bunkers in Minnesota when I first moved there on a Monday night and listen to like the best band there that Michael Bland was in and all the really great guys that are musicians that are still there today. And I brought the goods too. I'm not like the best singer. I mean, there's so many better singers than me in the world. I'm not the best singer, but I'm a performer. So they wanted to work with me because I was nice and humble. Like I didn't know everything. A lot of people think they're the best and they're not. I can tell you this right now. You're not the best. So what you do is you're humble, you listen, you learn, you grow, you connect with people, they connect you with people because they're part of the connection, that your circle just grows bigger and bigger. That's how you do it. You don't go up and try to skip it. Unfortunately, the American Idols of the world have shown people that, oh no, you don't have to really work for it. And that's just the way of the world today. It's instant, success. And that's not reality. It's for the 99.999% of the people out there. So it's who you know, 100%. Okay. It is who you know.
So who you can connect with to get to where you want to go, but also put in the work is what you're trying to say.
Of course. I mean, if you suck and you're off key, you're not going to I don't know. I mean, I think Paula Abdul, they had to like tweak her every note. But she was, she was a dancer. She was cute, but not the best singer. But they had to auto-tune her all throughout her songs. But
it's situational. I mean, it's situational per performer because there's some people that can sing out the box and can't perform a lick.
And if you don't emote, if you don't bring emotion to the performance, you're dead in the water.
Hmm.
People do not buy a voice. They buy a feeling.
Okay. I like that. People do not buy a voice, but they buy a feeling. I like that.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
great segue too, because I want to talk about this band that you have called Starlette's Web. Now, this is something that you put together because you're pretty much it's a band that sings a tribute to women's songs in the pop rock type of genre of field. Now, what made
country
you
and groove, so R&B and stuff too.
Okay, what made you want to put this band together to start going around and singing some of these tribute songs?
Because, like, okay, so look, I found an opportunity and a niche. I have sung in so many cover bands. They all sound the same. They sing the same songs. They sing Don't Stop Believing, Sweet Caroline. I mean, yeah. I am like, okay, I'm so bored. And Leonard Skinner. So I was like, okay, if I start this band, and I had my own band back in the day, just under Stephanie Varone. I sang original music. And when I came to the Twin Cities, original music and cover tunes mixed together. And I also had it in South Dakota too, but this is the first cover band that I put together. And I'm like, how can we differentiate ourselves to make this a brand that is unique? And so I felt like there's not enough female focused bands at all. And if they do, they sing Pat Benatar, Joan Jett. That's pretty much, or Heart. I mean, that's all that. But we go deep into Paramore. We do the Ting Tings. We do all female fronted bands.
Okay.
Or female artists. So I said, we can go so deep and wide with so much cool music that's never played, but everybody knows it, like the Go-Go's. And, like I said, Paramore, we have like Alanis Morissette and like all the way to Lizzo. And we've got Tina Turner and we've got Donna Summer and we've got like all these amazing people and women that never has a spotlight on. Okay. So I started a year before COVID, and it's unfortunate because we were making some great headway very quickly. And we had a lot of female followers, which brought then men, right? But female followers love us because it's like, thank God somebody is playing stuff that we love. Yep. And then they come out and they're like, we love it. Can you guys play like Wilson Phillips or whatever? And I
you took me back with Wilson Phillips. Hold on.
It was so funny. It's so funny. The guys are just like, oh, I love that. So, but because I moved from Minnesota this last year, my whole band is based in Minneapolis. I've been managing it, away from home or whatever. And it's just, this summer is going to be the last summer we're going to play together. It's just too much to manage right now. And especially the fuel costs for flying and stuff. It's just doesn't make sense. It's sad, but not really, because I'm having other gigs on my own solo stuff coming up. So it's fine. It can parlay back into, my own show, which is more original and storytelling and stuff like that. It's really fun for me. So,
wow, but breaking pretty much news. Yeah, Starlette Webs. This is the final chapter, pretty much.
Yeah, and I wanted to be a brand. I wanted it to like go as a brand on its own without me there. But the issue is, I started it with me leading it, and now they all just want me to be there, like the venues. So I can't do it.
I mean, Steph, you can't do it. Steph, you can't do that. That's like when Teddy Pendergrass left the Blue Notes. I know it was Harold Melvin, but it wasn't the same without Teddy. Steph, it wasn't the same without Teddy.
Yeah, and that's what's going on. And that, like, last summer, I tried to take myself out for a few gigs, and it's just like, we're not gonna have you guys back. They're great, but you need to be there. So I'm gonna be doing all the gigs this summer in Minnesota and finishing it up. It'll be great. And
I saw some of the cities that you've been in, and we talked about this offline. I'm like, You ain't coming nowhere near Marshall. I'm like, how am I supposed to be coming to see you? How we supposed to be linking up? And I'm like, she ain't coming nowhere near Marshall. And the nearest place you was gonna come, you canceled. I was like, oh
It's new. No, we're gonna do New Ulm, which is closer.
okay, yeah, New Ulm is a little bit closer. That is.
It's Bavarian Blast in July.
You do. That was my next question because, like I said, we did talk offline a little bit. And you do have something coming up July 2nd to July 5th, and I was thinking about going to that. But you also told me that you have some more events coming up. So I was like, is there anything that you can share about some of those more events that's coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be doing my own event out in Iowa in a casino out there, Riverside Casino, in October. But that's different. For Starlette's Web, it's going to be New Ulm for you.
Or New Ulm for me. Wow.
The German Fest. It's like a Bavarian Blast in New Ulm, which I don't know. It's closer to you than Minneapolis.
Oh, well, there's no question. Yeah, there's no question. It's definitely closer than that to Minneapolis. That's for sure. But yeah, okay.
I'd love to see you there.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
Absolutely, because you are a blast, and I would love to see you in person too. Before you head to Florida for good, whatever it seems like. So yeah.
Well, who knows? I mean, I can always move somewhere else. This is not my end game here. This is just for now.
This is true. Okay, I like that. Okay, Steph, what I want to do now, I want to do some this or that. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw two things at you and you choose one or the other, okay?
The what?
Oh, you choose one or the other. I'm going to throw two things at you. Okay. So here we go. Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Thanksgiving, 100%.
Okay. Popeyes or KFC?
Neither. I haven't eaten it in like 20 years. Ew.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Chick-fil-A? Any kind of chicken?
No, not fast food. Sorry, I don't eat fast food.
Oh, fast food. Okay. All right, we'll skip that then. That's fine. Drive-in.
Actually, I take that back. I've had Chick-fil-A, a salad there once, and then like a skinny chicken sandwich. It was good.
I knew you had to some. I knew you had to eat some kind of chicken. I knew it had to be some kind of chicken you ate.
Yeah, but not Popeyes or KFC. Oof.
I got you. No, it's okay. That's totally
sorry,
fine.
people. I'm not trying to be,
No. There's a lot of people that don't eat chicken or Popeyes or KFC. No vegetarians out there. Some people like other chicken places as well. You know that.
No, I like meat. I like chicken. I like everything except for olives.
I'm gonna keep that in mind, Steph. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Okay.
Blood pudding is disgusting.
Oh no, that's very disgusting. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Drive-in theaters or movie theaters?
Movie theater.
Movie theater. Okay, I like that. How good are you at sports?
How good am I?
Yes.
It depends on the sport.
Okay. What sport would you rather watch? Football or basketball?
Basketball, 100%.
What's your favorite team?
I don't really
You telling me you watch basketball?
I will stay at any sport event, which I've had most sport events, but I will stay until the halftime or the mid or whatever, and I'll leave. But I don't have a favorite team.
Okay.
I like the favorite names I like, but
what names?
But Minnesota, I like the name, the Cowboys. That's so cool. It's so American.
Okay. I don't know what the hell to say to that.
I have no idea what. I don't have any idea how they are or whatever. But
okay.
If you want me to come and sing for the team, I will be more than happy to.
Oh yeah, and leave at halftime. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Okay, I like the answer though. This next question has to do with what sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
Badminton.
Okay, all right. I like that. Not too
I can slam it real hard and it doesn't go very far.
Oh, I bet.
I don't have to.
So you like that aggressiveness, that passive aggressiveness, right?
Hey, go big or go home.
I feel you. I know that's right. I like that. Okay. This next one has to do with music artists. Actually, the next two has to do with music artists. Carrie Underwood or Luke Bryan?
Oh, Carrie Underwood for sure.
Carrie Underwood for sure. Okay. I like that.
Because Luke, I mean, I think Luke is amazing, but he sounds like he has like a bubble in his throat all the time when he sings. Carrie is way better.
Okay. I
She has
like
way
that.
better legs too.
Okay. It's funny.
Sorry, Luke, if you see this, it's just an opinion.
I get it. I get it. Casey Musgraves or Morgan Wallen?
I don't even know who Morgan Wallace is. Oh,
You don't know who Morgan Wallen
you're
is?
doing all this country. And you know, what's really interesting is I don't really listen to current music too much.
Oh.
I just don't. I don't have radio on. I don't have music on during the day. It's the weirdest.
Okay. What about oldies? You know, like Motown. You know Motown?
I could know Motown.
Okay.
Probably more
Because I had a substitute.
Probably more
question in
R&B than Motown. But go ahead.
Okay. I had a substitute question in here for you because I figured you might not be all up on country. So I had a substitute question.
Okay.
So would you rather listen to Babyface or R. Kelly?
Babyface all the way.
Okay, all right. R. Kelly has some good songs now. We're not talking the person, we're talking the music.
I don't care for his vibrato.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, all right. Okay.
Babyface is smooth.
Well, listen, anybody that put on Babyface, if you ain't doing something, I don't know what you're doing. That's for real. Babyface got that kind of music and move. So yeah, that's for sure. Okay. I like that.
No, R. Kelly's voice sounds like a machine gun. I'm not digging it. It's the truth for me, in my opinion, people.
That's
Babyface. Give me some Babyface all the time. I love it.
Okay, I like that. We got two more for the this or that.
This is fun, Chris.
Would you rather be Minnesota or would you rather be in Jacksonville?
Well,
yeah,
it's a loaded question because I'd rather be in Jacksonville for the weather. That's why I moved here, is for hot sun, endorphins. Mm-hmm. So Jacksonville, I would say right now. Okay. But everything else, Minnesota.
Okay. See, I knew you was gonna try to sweeten the deal. This is not one of those things, Steph. This is this or that. Okay, you can't have this and that.
Well then, okay, so it's Jacksonville because I picked here.
Okay, right. That's awesome. That is awesome with a capital A. I love that. Okay, last one. This has to do with now. Do you eat chicken wings? Are you a
no? I dig drumsticks.
So drumsticks.
Chicken wings remind me they're the armpits of an animal. It's this right here. It's so gross. I would go drumstick and thighs, dark meat, every day of the week.
All right now. Okay, well let's do that. Barbecue or lemon pepper drumsticks?
You didn't do like hot chicken.
That listen, why hold up. Why on every question we gotta have a C or a D answer? This is A or B, this or that. This is not this, that.
You gotta have an alternative.
You're trying to do this, that, those, them, and maybe. No.
Okay, fine. Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper? Okay. Dry or wet?
Dry.
Bone in or boneless?
Boneless.
Now, see, that's my girl. Now I know we can hang out now. For sure. If you didn't pick boneless wings, I'll be like, okay, time next.
Boneless wings are actually pretty good.
They are. But you like hot, apparently.
Spicy.
Okay. Well, you actually will be perfect to hang out with because we could do the split. You can do the 10 spicy, and I'm the 10 barbecue or lemon pepper. That's the ones I like. I rock with those.
Okay.
You can do the split.
Well, it depends on the barbecue sauce too. Has to be. I'm from Kansas City. Like they have some of the greatest barbecue sauces there.
Of course, yes. I'm known for Sweet Baby Ray's. I don't know if you know about that.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
That's what I'm known for. I'm known for that one. Okay. So you did okay. You did okay on this or that. I'm
Well, thank
this
you.
next this next question has to do with challenges. I want to ask you about some challenges that you might have had in your career, in your
Okay.
life. We kind of touched up on it with the mental health and the social life. Obviously, you trying to pursue a career, but you also have multiple boys, multiple children. Being a mom and a wife, that has to be difficult at some time. Maybe challenges with location, maybe challenges being a woman and trying to pursue your dreams, maybe gender wise, maybe some of the men not respecting you, which is unfortunate. I hate to say it, but it does happen in this industry.
Oh, it happens all the time.
So, talk to me about some of those, excuse me, challenges that you faced and how you overcame them.
Like throughout my career
Yeah,
or
yeah, throughout the
well,
career and career that you had.
well, okay. So I was invited by Sony Nashville. They called me up when I was in Minnesota after I did my last album. And for some reason, my CD was on the VP of A&R's desk. I have no idea how it got there. I think there was this lady in Minnesota who was a Sony records promoter, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
That's the only thing I could think of that how it got over there. But they called me. They thought I was in Nashville, but they loved what they heard. And so they invited me to do a audition there
Mm-hmm.
in Nashville. And so at the time, I was 34, and I had 3 children, and I'm married in Minnesota. And so I drove there by myself, and I got a guitar player, and we sang a few songs, and he loved it. He's like, "You have the looks, you have the voice. We just need the songs now." I'm
Yep.
like, "Okay." So he said, "You got to go back, come back here, write some songs with some big, we try to get some great songs together, some new stuff, and then come back to see me when you're ready." So that's what I did. I wrote in Nashville. All the hit songs, all the great songs are never given to somebody like me. They're given to like the Faith Hills of the world and the Tim
Yeah.
McGraws. So you never get those hits. You either have to write them yourself or have somebody like just happen to, you know, write something great.
Right.
So I
Right
came
there.
back.
Okay.
I came back, and I came back, and what happened was he loved it. He was sitting back like in the recliner, and he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And he's like, "Okay." He's like, "Okay, so I'm gonna go to the president and talk to him about this and see what we're gonna do next." And then I never heard from him again. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. However, with my situation, being married, having children, it literally is the top of what I could have done in my life. Like at that time, a young mom, being married, having responsibility, being in a different state, I was very proud of myself because I got to where nobody really is able to get. I mean, I just did my thing, right? And I was called and reached out to. So if I would not have been married and all that stuff, I know for a fact that I would have been able to be signed and tour. But it's just the way it goes. I mean, they thought I was way younger than I was. Not that I was old, but I did look younger. And it's just the way it goes. So what happened though after that, that was a challenge. Not really, but it could have been the other way, but it wasn't because I got married really young and I had these 3 gorgeous kids, and I'm happy that that happened. The other thing is when I got divorced, I literally took a break from writing music, everything for 5 years while I tried to raise
Wow.
my kids by myself.
Okay.
I have no family in Minnesota, and I raised my kids for 10 years. They lived with me 100% of the time. And that was my focus, is making sure they had a roof over their head. So I couldn't sing or do anything. And then 5 years later, I finally got a normal Monday through Friday job. And I started singing in a cover band on the weekend for 5 years. So I said, I'm never going to be in a cover band. And I wanted to do something. So, I was an original artist. I was like my nose up to the cover bands, but cover bands make more money, and people enjoy it because they can sing along. So I just wanted to get back in music. So that's what happened. So that was a sacrifice, which is that should be a sacrifice, the kids.
Absolutely. Yes.
So that was definitely a challenge. You know, and I also found out too, like when I went to the Grand Ole Opry, I was on a country showdown competition, just like The Voice, but at the time it was for country.
Okay.
And there's about 100,000 people that start out in each town, and it goes to state. Then the state winner goes to regionals, and then there's a winner for each region. So there's 6 regions, and those winners go to the finals on the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay.
It was televised on NBC and TNN at the time. TNN is no longer, but
Right.
it's a country channel.
Right.
But I literally tried so many times to get past state. And they're so political, you guys. You have no idea how political it is on these things. I swear to God, I was like, I think to me almost 3 years, I think, to try to and have to drive to Vegas from Utah where we were living and go there for 7 hours just to sing, you know, one tune and then canned by the judge's girlfriend because she won. And just like that, you guys have no idea how political it is. It's so rigged sometimes. Like it just really is. So I finally won, and I finally got to all the BS and finally got to the nationals. And I got 3rd out of 6. I was 1 point away from the second guy, but then the first guy won. He was from Kansas. He was amazing. And he didn't do anything with the $50,000 recording contract.
Wow.
But yeah, I was 27, 3 kids, and that was pretty awesome. And then I started doing my CDs at that point.
Yeah, that had to be. Wow. Those are some incredible challenges. But like I said, it's a question that's worth being asked because people need to know, like in any profession, you know, I do journalism, but you do media. But once you get into this profession, you're going to have to be able to make some tough decisions. To step away from what you love to do for 5 years is not an easy thing, but you knew that in your heart you had to do it because you had to dedicate yourself to being a mom. That was the priority at the time. And obviously doing it by yourself with 3 kids is a lot. No question about it. I know my mom personally, I'm an only child on her side, but she adopted 2 boys. And
oh, really? That's awesome. God bless your mom.
Absolutely. She adopted 2 boys. And when I was young too, I was probably about maybe 9, and they were older. They were about 12 and 15.
Bless her heart. There's hardly any kids that get adopted that old. That's crazy. That's so cool.
Well, we knew the family very well, and they lost all their family. And my mom, unfortunately, to different circumstances. And my mom called me in the room, and she was like, "Chris, there's something I want to tell you. There's something that's been in my heart." I said, "Go ahead, Ma." And I'm a little young boy, and she's like, "How do you feel if we adopt these 2 boys that you play with all the time, that you're close with the family? I want to adopt them." And that's what my mom did, and raised them when they were old enough to be able to move on their own and do their own thing. So, yeah, your story of having 3 boys by yourself is tough. It's tough for any woman. So I commend you.
God bless your mother. That is unbelievable. What a sweetheart.
Absolutely.
What an angel. Why did you get your stuff from? You're your mom, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
Good guy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. I got 3 more questions, but the next 2 questions that I have is top 4. These are like I should say not top 4, but these are like questions that which one would you rather do? Because you're a singer, a songwriter, and a producer. I want to know, of the 3 titles, which one would you rather do and why?
Sing. I would sing.
Okay, because you know songwriting.
I love singing.
Okay, I got you. So you're if somebody else can do all that other stuff and you just go to the stage and sing, that's what you want to do.
Yes.
Okay, I like
Perform. I mean, I've been in an unscripted TV show, and that was really fun. I wouldn't mind doing something like that again.
Now, yes, I did see some episodes from there, and those were quite some episodes and some scenes that I've seen. No question about it. The next question that I had was radio, television, and performing. Because I've also saw you in like you did like a guest host of a show.
Yes.
I think it was Breakaway something.
No, it's Backroads Bars.
Backrose Bar, yeah. You was a guest host in that, and you were talking about the pictures on the wall, and I was like, oh, those are some interesting pictures on the wall. But it was cute. It was nice. It was nice. And so you did television, and then you've
Yeah.
also done the radio, and you've done this. Which one would you love to do, and why?
I think that like the hosting thing, like I did in Backroads Bars, I think that would be my next step of being able to enjoy just unscripted, just enjoying and being myself and being inquisitive. And I didn't realize I was even funny until I watched it back. I'm like, oh, I
Oh, you
actually have
funny.
some comedy
You
going
definitely
on.
funny. You definitely
Like, I have
funny.
no idea. I thought it was not even funny. I'm not really typically, but I'm like, I say I have a sense of humor, but I don't.
Right.
Not funny. But then I actually was kind of witty. I was just shocked. I was shocked. I surprised myself. But I think, yeah, we have something in the works, me and one of the cast members that we're putting together. It's kind of a secret, but hopefully it'll pan out and then I can talk more with you about
Please
it
do.
when it succeeds. And
Please.
it's going to be on it would be on a network.
Okay. Okay, I like that. I do. I wanna get you out of here on this, and this is advice. What advice has someone gave you, or you have advocated to someone about being in this industry that you hold on dearly to?
Well, don't stop. If you really, really want it, you have to. I've been doing it professionally since I've been 16 and I'm almost 52 and I'm still kicking it. And I'm actually I'm getting more success today because of all the things that I've done in the past. So it's not an overnight success. If you want it, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to do the networking. You're going to have to do stuff you probably are very uncomfortable doing, but it is what it is. And be true to yourself and be authentic and focus on your goals. Don't listen to anybody else. If somebody says, oh, you're kind of old, I'm like, put the middle finger up, dude. No, I'm not too old. By your criteria, you might think you're too old to do it, but not me. I'm a totally different person. So I mean, it's a kind of a cliche, but it's the truth. I mean, I've been consistent and continuing constantly, even when I couldn't work for 5 years in the industry, I still did national anthems.
Right.
I still did national anthems.
Yeah.
I started my national anthem circuit and I've sung more probably than anybody in the nation has sung. I've sung probably 400 or 500 times the national anthem. I would love to know the person who's sung the most. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant. It's just the truth. I love singing the national anthem.
No, I've seen you at many different venues sing this national anthem, not only American, but Canada too.
That's
Canadian
right.
national
Partial
anthem.
French.
Oh, I'd love to see that one. I'd love to see you do the French national anthem.
I do it on at the Red Sox.
Oh,
Done it twice at the Red Sox.
okay. I'm gonna have to find that. I'm definitely if they got some video on it, I'll definitely have to find that and look at that.
I do.
Yeah.
You can see it on the website, I think, or my YouTube page.
I like that. I like that. Well, 3 things. One, I am following you on Instagram. I definitely have to follow you on Instagram because fun fact here. So when I looked at this, first of all, I didn't think that Your Mom, My Dad was an HBO Max series. I didn't think that was a TV show. It's like somebody was messing with me. I was like, what the hell is that? Your Mom, My Dad, what is that? That sounds
it's a middle-aged single people looking for love and their kids are meddling
right.
and they're without us knowing. It's really kind of cute. So
right. So when I read it, I kind of got the storyline of what it was. I was like, okay, that's cool. So now I started looking at different scenes. I was like, wow, I was like, who is this white woman that's in this in this HBO Max thing? Because she stands out. Like, who is that?
Thank
And
you.
then I was like, I don't know who that is. So then, of course, I saw that your name came up. Then I saw Minnesota, and I was like, oh, okay. So maybe I want to reach out and talk. So that was kind of the premises of reaching out and talking to you. It's like, I'm in Minnesota. You're in Minnesota. Let me see what kind of background you have. And that's when I started listening to the different songs and the EP and the
Oh,
album and different things like that. I know you also did business, had a lot of business type of positions that you've had
yep.
throughout your career. So yeah,
Yep.
I definitely was like, yeah, this is definitely somebody I wanted to talk to for sure, and just ingratiate myself with you, but also hear your story and hear your why of why you did what you did. So definitely the first thing I want to say is thank you for coming on to my podcast. I love the hoop earrings, love them.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
I'm sorry, but I love the earrings. They're beautiful. And
Thank you. You're always so complimentary.
I'm that's really how I am. To be honest with you, I am a
No,
very
you are. Your mama taught you right.
absolutely very complimentary person. That's what I like to be. But I also show mad respect and love too. I love when people grind it to get it through the mud. You know what I'm saying? And some of your stories, that was like that. Like I said, anytime you have a single woman trying to raise 3 kids, that's hard. Anytime
Really
that you're
hard.
trying to chase your dreams, it's hard. It's just hard to do. So prime example of staying alive and doing what you're doing and just kicking and having fun too. I cannot wait to greet you in person and say hello because I
I
know
know.
we're gonna have a damn good time. I do know that.
Oh my God. I'm so and thank you so much. And I just want to say that this was like the most fun interview I've ever had.
Aw.
And you are awesome. I mean, like literally Marshall, Minnesota is so good. They're so lucky to have you. And it's
Thank
such
you.
a pleasure meeting you. And I'm following you too. We're connected on Instagram.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and so no, you've been nothing but kindness to me, and you're just a gentleman, and I really appreciate me being able to call you a friend now. I'm really happy
Absolutely.
we finally got to meet on your podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
no, this is literally one of the most fun interviews I've had. You do a great job because,
Oh, thank you.
and I've looked at so many different podcasts that you've had. I did research too.
Oh,
Um,
well, thank you. I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
that. And obviously, this is the first time that I've ever done this on this podcast, on this podcast episode. This is the first time I'm actually going to sing something for you. Yes, I'm going to sing something for you, and I hope that you enjoy it. And then we can conclude the podcast. Are you ready? It's going to be small, but it's going to be nice.
Oh my
Okay.
God, bring it. Come
All right.
on,
Here we
Chris.
go. Here we go. I've been looking for love in all the wrong places, and now I finally found someone who cares for me. No matter the storm, it was you who helped me face it, and now it's safe to say that you really care for me. First time I ever did that on this podcast. First time.
Wow.
Yeah. First time I ever did it.
Is that
So
your own song?
that's my no. It's not my own song. No, I wish I could take credit for that. That's actually an R. Kelly song. It's called Looking for Love.
I prefer your voice over R. Kelly's. I'll just
Thank
be
you.
honest with you.
Thank you.
You made it sound super good, great.
Oh, thank
Wonderful
you.
job. And you know what? You were on key.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You remind me of what was that group? Oh, New Edition.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. One of
Remember
my
that
favorites.
group, New Edition in the 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Hold it down. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna lose control.
Yeah,
Cool it
yeah.
down. You
You
gotta
got to
cool it
cool it
down.
now,
Slow it
girl.
down.
Watch out.
Your voice
Yeah,
reminded
absolutely.
me of that
Yes,
group.
yes. New Edition is one of my favorites. I love doing karaoke. But this is the first time that I've actually had. I mainly have journalists on here. Some people I have as media, as far as PR, or maybe I have a couple singers on here that do singing. But this is the first time that I've had somebody that sings as obviously as great as you do.
I'm so
And
honored.
yeah,
You
so
did a
I'm happy.
beautiful job.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I
Thank
feel
you.
super special.
Oh, absolutely. You certainly are. And like I said, I want you to enjoy the rest of your Monday night. Thank you so much for
Thank
hopping
you.
on this thing with me. And it's been an absolute blast. And I'm looking forward to seeing you down the line. But as I always do, with
July.
all absolutely, as I always do with all of my podcasts, I ask you, is there anything else you would like to add before we conclude?
No, everybody sign on to Chris's podcast. I'm saying he's great. This has been one of the most enjoyable interviews I've ever had. This is great. And for me, I'm picky. So, and I was serenaded. That's even better.
Absolutely. And listen, that could be any time now. I'll
You're
send voice serenades
smooth.
all the time. No doubt. No doubt. But you take care. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. And thank you
Thanks.
so much, Steph, for coming on.
All right. Thanks so much. I'll see you soon.
Yes,
Promise?
you will. I promise. You take
Okay.
care.
All right. Bye, hon. Bye.
Bye.